Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays for you. Guys, this battle has probably been the closest to a win-loss situation when it's come down to me having to decide whether or not we win or lose. And because of RNG and because of my quick thinking and my lack of ability to change that quick thinking within half of a second, or even less, this ends up being one of the biggest heartbreak games I've ever had in PC, if not the most biggest heartbreak. Now, we are driving the IS-2M, which is not really a popular tank. It's kind of a rare tank, and it's not that bad of a tank. But the one thing I can't stand about it is the poor gun handling, and it doesn't have a whole lot of front armor because it's an IS. It is a little bit more curved and shaped a little bit differently than say example the normal IS-2 or the standard IS itself. Now, on the standard IS, I actually have the 100mm gun because of the gun handling and because of the reload and the DPM. I like the 100mm a little bit better than the 122, so if I had the option to put a 122 on or a 100mm on this, I don't know if I would. I might, but you know, the gun handling on the 122 sucks, and I think the 100mm is definitely better. So yeah, we're kind of just pushing the flank here. I'm platooning with a good friend of mine who actually helped me create these replays, which is Drats. He's trying to play kind of aggressively as well in his artillery. Unfortunately, we are just getting hammered, and our TDs aren't able to protect my artillery for very long, which is kind of a problem because me and Drats have this thing where we focus fire, and we can hold flanks pretty darn well. And I don't know why this KV2R was trying to push me. I think he was trying to get a shot on me, but yeah, don't push an IS-2M, buddy, when you're yeah. I don't know what he was doing here. So at the moment, I'm really worried about this T-29 because I have no idea what he's trying to do. From the position he's in, I think he was a good player from the position that he's in, but he's not exactly the greatest player. But yeah, they're just crushing our team at the moment. And yeah, like I said, the gun handling, like usually if I had the 100mm gun, that there's a way higher chance that shot would have hit. But I am getting a little bit of assistance, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. And I am surviving. Another thing I worried about is that maybe one of their tank destroyers or their light tanks would come up from behind me. So this position is kind of a little bit tricky, but I don't have the gun depression or necessarily the turret armor to do what the T-29 is doing, because it's just the cupola on it as well is just huge, and that was a very lucky shot on my part. I'm actually very shocked that hit. Yeah, like I said, it can save your life, but usually it does make you mad, and the T-29 makes a mistake and pokes again. And at this point, I'm half health, and as far as I can tell, there's not really a whole lot of other people that are here, so I'm just being patient, trying to aim my shots because of the gun handling. And so now me and this 85 are going to rush this guy, and I don't know if I get the kill or not. I think, no, one of our other artillery, I think, kills him. I really can't tell because it's so small when I edit these videos, as you guys know. But here's what I mean by you can see the gun depression. It's there, but it's definitely not the greatest. The armor, again, isn't the greatest. You can side scrape in it fairly well, but you have to be careful because of the front is poked, kind of like how an IS-3's piked nose. When you side scrape, they can shoot that, so you do have to be careful with that as well. You can see my artillery is trying to help me. And so now I'm really hoping that there's no one else over this hill other than maybe a tank destroyer and maybe some artillery. And luckily for me, artillery has a welcoming party for me. So I'm very looking forward to that. And you guys will see, I do miss a shot, but it is my fault. You guys will see it here in a minute when I have to fight a tier 5 tank destroyer. When I have to fight that Wolverine, you'll see that aiming that was partly my fault. And I do take the shot because you know, why not? I thought I was going to have them, but, you know, there is a slight chance you do. But if not, I've got a 10-second reload. The DPM on this tank is actually pretty nice. That's what I do like about it. And boom, there goes one of their artillery. And at this point, I'm pretty much on my own. My other team is trying to defend cap. But I thought that if I went here and I defended, and if I attacked their artillery, they would have less support, and then I could go back to our base and defend it, which I do. But like I said, it's a very big heartbreak, and you guys will see that at the end here. And here comes my, here comes my messed up shot. I don't know when it is, but yeah, at this point, I'm just deciding what I have to rush this guy. He can't. I don't know if he can pen me unless if he has gold loaded. And yeah, look at that. That was my fault. A very badly aimed shot there on my part. I think I do auto aim as well. A next shot. Yeah, here it is. Oh no. Actually, I think it's the next one. But yeah, he is trying to pin me. There's not really a whole lot he can do, especially since I'm face hugging him. He's pretty much gone. So here's where things start to get kind of intense. My other two teammates die. At the moment, we're on 6 kills and around 3,000 damage. Not a whole lot of damage for this tank or for a tier 7 in general, but the fact that we work together as a team, the fact that we focus fired, and the fact that that I try my best is the reason I believe I got an ace. And I didn't get that much base XP either, but I did get 4 extreme medals, and I think if you get 2 or more, it's considered an ace, which I think is why I aced that KV2R back on Berlin, if you guys remember that replay. That's pretty much the only reason I ace it, and I do get 4 of those medals. I believe it's a Pascucci's medal, a Top Gun, a high caliber, and I don't know what else it is. We'll have to. I don't remember what it is at the end, but you can see that they are capping now. And I wanted to push middle, but then they would have better vision than me, and I kind of have a little bit more cover here. So if I needed to, I could. But if one of them capped, I would go for the guy on cap. They are both one shots, which at the moment I didn't know. I thought they were both full health, so at the moment I was pretty kind of hopeless, but I did want to save as much hit points as I could, so I was trying to be extremely cautious, but I'm like, I have no time to stop and wait and see if they show up. I have to push, otherwise I'm going to lose this, which happens anyway. But as you can see, we're getting closer and closer to the cap. Things are really starting to get intense, and at this moment I am just shaking because I'm like, oh, I can win this or I can't win this. The adrenaline is just unreal. And look at this. There's the end. There's the E2, and it bounced. Guys, it bounced. That was such a heartbreak, but a well thought battle nevertheless. Yeah, so we get a Pascucci's Top Gun high caliber, and steel wall as well, and not a ton of damage, but not bad either. So we do make a little bit of a profit there with a premium account. And now, this tank I have very mixed feelings about for this replay. The 85M, as you all know, it's probably the best tier 6 medium in the whole game, if not the best tier 6 in the whole game, which can be very strongly argued. The one thing I don't like about this tank when I'm fighting like other tier 6 and other tier 7s and 8s is that you don't really have armor against them, but tier 5s, like here, you'll see this here, against tier 5s, you can just dominate them because of your sloped hull and because of your DPM. You can just absolutely just run over them, and it's insane. And it actually ends up just being me here on this entire flank, which wasn't worrying me too much, considering that their team wasn't exactly the smartest. And so I'm just going to try to farm up as much damage as I possibly can, and I'm just going to try to be as aggressive as I can as well. I have to take them one by one, because if they all rush me at the same time, I'm screwed. So I'm trying to be careful, and I'm trying just to get shots on, and that's kind of my main goal here. It's pretty much a 1 versus 5, but technically it's a 1 versus 6 if you think about it, because there's 6 tanks, but I only end up fighting 5 of them. I do shoot one, I think, but then someone else kills them. But yeah, like I said, it's I'm just being aggressive. I do get a little bit of support from my artillery and from one tank destroyer, but other than that, there's really not much. Yeah, see, there we go. I did get a little bit of assistance there, so yeah, it's for the most part they really can't do anything once I turn the corner here. You guys will see that here in a second. But another thing that bothers me about this tank too is the aiming time. The gun handling as well is just not the greatest, and that's something that drives me nuts, especially if I'm playing in a very aggressive tank. I can't, it just irritates me of how bad the aiming time is. As you can see, I do like my blue wheels. I actually have quite a few tanks that have some blue wheels. Don't ask me why, I like it. It actually looks way cooler too with better graphics looking at it now, but yeah, I am very known for my blue wheels. So this one I am alone. I'm not platooning with anybody. And so this Matilda is just going to have my attention for a little while here, and he's going to really do some damage to me, and as long as the Stug as well. But yeah, like I said, I'm trying to be careful. I'm trying not to just rush over there and see 5 of them there. I'm trying to take one on at a time, because that's really the only way I can do this. If I rush in now and try to kill all of them, they're going to shoot me and out DPM me and out hit point me and everything. So there's, I have to play this smart. And at that point, I decided, you know what, they're not gonna poke because they know I'm there. So I'm gonna try something different. The Matilda was actually kind of smart to do this, but here I'm very confused of what their artillery is doing. You guys will see that in a minute here. But look at that. Like, what? Like, I'm very shocked he was there. But also, oh, looky there, artillery. What the heck are they doing there? So I'm just gonna be like, okay, bye bye. Bye bye, artillery. I don't know why you played that close quarters. They probably thought because I was the only one here that they were safe, but no, you're never safe against an 85M player. Especially if they kind of know what they're doing. I'm not saying I do know what I'm doing, but I'm trying at least. I do shoot the one there, and there is a Stug as well, and yeah, I'm just popping shots. I have bounced a decent amount of damage, and luckily for me, our middle flank really didn't hold up too well, but our left flank kind of did. From what I remember, I really can't see the map right now, guys. I apologize for that, but you can see I'm trying not to take any unnecessary hits. So my main goal right now is trying to out-trade. If you can out-trade a few tanks at once, that's kind of how you should play any tank, really. It's just that's why a lot of people play aggressively as they do. And he takes out my turret twice, and so now I just kind of have to be faced forward, and he pays the penalty for that. That's what you get, buddy. I got my revenge. And then here's a Stug that is just tearing me apart, and we do end up killing him as well. And my team did help me there in the center, and there's pretty much nothing else I can do, so not too shabby at all. Yeah, I'm trying to get some shots on here, but like I said, there's nothing else I can do, so not a huge accomplishment on my like in general, but I did feel happy about this replay and the way that that I was able to hold that. It wasn't huge. Again, it wasn't huge, but the fact that I could take on 5 different tanks by myself, that made me feel kind of good. Again, not a huge amount of damage, and not like significant, like 5K or something like that, but nevertheless, I still felt happy about it. I did have some support as well, which was nice. And to be honest, again, the teamwork and the effort I put was the one that gave me the ace. Yeah, we got a Stillwell medal and a high caliber, which is the reason we aced this. Did get top damage on the team as well. And yeah, that's all I've got for you guys. Thank you for watching.